You know, this ranch looks like it could go for a few kebabs that may or may not include seafood, that may or may not be crustaceans. But this is the Mississippi King welcoming y'all back to more Let's Play Ocarina of Time. So welcome back, Mississippi Dukes. In the last episode, we finished off the Forest Temple, and we managed to get a couple Gold Skulltulas as well. In this episode, we are gonna get a lot of things done. First thing we want to do is to actually do something here at the ranch, and this is something that I meant to do, that I was trying to do earlier, but, well, I couldn't actually trigger this dialogue thing. And, well, now I can, so that means that we're going to actually race someone. This race is actually going to get to help us quite a bit. The reward, I should say. Also, later on, we are going to be doing another shooting gallery, as well as get most of another minor side quest out of the way. And it's not the best side quest. It's kind of interesting, but I wanted to get it out of the way quickly, like as soon as possible, because if I don't, then it will come back and bite me in the butt. It'll just be an obnoxious butt munch. And it's nice to just get this side quest out of the way as quickly as I can, just so I won't have to go back and forth. Well, I shouldn't exactly say it, but I'll explain what I mean later, but later this video I should say. And this is the real reason I wanted to go to the ranch. Because if we win the race against him 2 times, then he'll actually let us keep the horse. But he won't let us leave. So, that sucks. Oh no, guess we're gonna stay here for the rest of the game, folks. Can't do anything about it. We're stuck here. Okay, not. Did you seriously think we were stuck there? Of course not. You can actually jump over the fence, and now that I've done that, that means that I can actually keep Epona, which is going to make transporting across the overworld as an adult much more tolerable. And this also opens up yet another side quest that I will not really be doing in this video. I think that side quest deserves its own video. But for now, we want to head to the shooting gallery in Kakariko Village. Now, if y'all will remember, that there was a house in this village that was incomplete as a child, but well, 7 years later, it is complete, and it's actually the shooting gallery for the bow, and I want to join it. I want to take a shot at it. No pun intended, though pun partially may be intended. And the reward for it is actually really good. And that's why I'm coming here. It'll definitely help, especially for that aforementioned side quest on the horse. Get up and place bets, folks! How am I gonna screw this one up? I'm gonna screw this up my first time. This is, I mean, I don't tend to be very good at them shooting galleries. So, I'm not expecting this to go so good. Maybe Well, that works too. I could also win it, which is fantastic, by the way. We get the Big Quiver, which means that we can now carry more arrows. But I will meet you back at the Temple of Time to show you the second thing that we can do now that the Forest Temple has been beaten. And we meet with Sheik, who is going to teach us a new song. And it's gonna be fairly quiet. What? I said it's gonna be really quiet. What? Never mind, that's an inside joke. I shouldn't be doing that. But nevertheless, this scene is really neat, I must say. Once again, the use of cinematography conveys what it's trying to convey very well. And what's the song? It's the Prelude of Light. The Prelude of Light is the song that will help us warp to the Temple of Time. And as you'll soon see, that is going to come in handy quite a bit. But learning the song is better than, having a sharp stick in the eye, which is not something anyone looks forward to. I know I don't. But then again, maybe some people are masochists, in which case, why are you watching my videos? Because my stuff is clearly not for masochists. They're for people who would tend to, value their sanity, or maybe in the case of me, probably not. Because who knows, the last 2 episodes have been absolutely nuts. Gone off the rails, I tell y'all. Also, I just realized, last episode, the episode before last, really, I actually drank some milk that was, 7 years old at this point. Milk that, I got as a child Link, and that somehow still remained intact all these years. I've actually had pistachios that are that were basically a year after their expiration date. They were better than you thought, than you may think they were. But anyway, I'll meet you somewhere else. And we're here somewhere else. So as I was saying, I've eaten almonds almost a full year after their expiration date. They weren't great, but they were better than you may think. Also, I'm showing this dialogue here because I think it's really funny. How about some magic beans? You talk to him once and he says that the magic beans aren't selling well. You get another one and he says that they're not that popular yet. Then you talk to him a third time and he says they're getting to be quite popular. I'm his only customer! How's that make them popular? That's just silly. But hopefully in this part, we can actually, be redeemed by the magical fruit. Literally, the magical fruit. They're actually called magic beans. And these are going to be important. I may as well get most of these out of the way as soon as I can, because, if I don't deal with them soon, then they could come back later on and become quite an issue. Basically, what happens is that when you plant them, they won't actually sprout anything. Well, they won't be important immediately. But if you wait 7 years, they'll actually grow into a platform that will guide you a long way. I also have a bunch of insects so that I can scour each soft soil that they can be planted in to, you know, get the Gold Skulltulas from it. These things can only be gotten as, they can only be planted, I should say, as Child Link. So you want to do that and plant as many as you can. I'm going to be planting 9 of them. But I'm going to be getting all of them in this episode. There are 2 of them, actually, did I say 9? I'm planting 8 of them. Because you see, 2 of them can't be accessed at this point. 2 of these soft soil spots. And if I'm not mistaken, you can also use insects to get the Skulltula from a Gold Skulltula from the soil for all but 1. I could be mistaken on that. But anyway, there is something else here. I believe there's actually another soft soil spot in this direction, but I could be mistaken. If not, then, well, there's also a fairy fountain this way that I'd like to show, just so that people know how to get to it.
Trust me, getting this side quest out of the way early on is going to be a huge convenience because they will not be letting up. Well, I mean, what I meant to say was, excuse my poor English, is that if you don't get it out of the way earlier, you will have to keep going back and forth between timelines, between Adult Link and Child Link, and well, that's no good. If you keep going back in time, then it will just be fairly time-consuming, and I just want to get as many of them out of the way as I possibly can. Unfortunately, I can get all but 2 of them at the moment, which is pretty good. We've already taken out 1, so that's definitely some progress. But yeah, here we are at the ladder, at the place that I was telling you about. Apparently, I was mistaken about that soft soil. But what I'm not mistaken about is this boulder here, which when you bomb it, it leads to a fairy fountain. That's pretty convenient, why don't you, I would say. I don't think I need a fairy. I'll probably regret those words, but what can you do? I will meet you at the next spot.
Strike that. Reverse it. I actually wanted to stop by at Lon Lon Ranch to get a Skulltula that I missed. It's the last Skulltula in Lon Lon Ranch. It's actually found on the wall over here. Like, if you look at the map, that's where it is. But on to the next one. And we're at the next one, sort of. Well, you see, I haven't really explored this part of the map yet. This actually leads to Gerudo Valley. Gerudo Valley is one of my favorite regions of the game. But we're not going to be fully exploring Gerudo Valley just yet. But what I will be doing is getting a couple heart pieces in the next... what's it called? The next soft soil spot, excuse me. There's actually a cuckoo, and if you try to go here as an adult, the cuckoo will not be here, so be sure to do this as a child. I can't stress this enough, you can't, well, I mean, I guess you kind of could, but... well, I mean, that's partly what the soft soil spot is for, but with the cuckoo, you can actually use it to glide across the vast open landscape of the chaos filled with doom and destruction and utter suckage. That did not turn out so well. Let's give that a second shot. And it looks like I'm gonna botch this one too. Well, strike that, reverse it. I actually did better and made it. That is why I wanted to come here, because there was a box. And if you know anything, a box is a mortal enemy. But, well, since I couldn't pick that cuckoo back up, I may as well show you Lake Hylia. It's actually, Gerudo Valley actually leads to Lake Hylia. And that's one of the things I like about this game, is that the geography feels real, it feels believable. And here we are at Lake Hylia. And we're going to plant another bean. And the reason the bean count is off is because I thought it would be more appropriate to show the footage of me getting that heart piece in Gerudo Valley first rather than in Lake Hylia. It just makes more sense to me. But that's how I got down to 8. And so now I'm off to Gerudo Valley once again for the next spot. And here we are. Let's glide across the air and hopefully not screw this one up too. There's actually a second heart piece this way. That's actually something that is really good. Well, no, it's not any better than the other heart pieces, what am I saying? I can't think straight when I'm commentating and this thing just happened. Well, I hope I don't miss the way out. Whatever. Let's actually get back to more of the game, folks. And now for the most important public service announcement of them all. I believe that a dog has way too much political power. A specific dog I'm thinking of, actually. Dogs in general are useful, upstanding citizens. But this dog holds way too much sway over the political process, and he just controls way too much of it. Or, I don't know. Apparently he's not supposed to. Do not believe in any dog that would claim to look out for your best interest, but then sell you out. But anyway, this Gerudo right here has something very funny to say. I thought I wanted to show that off. I'll meet you at the next spot. And we're at the next spot. And this is in the Lost Woods. As you remember, there was a time when I used an insect to get a Skulltula out of it. Well, I can actually plant a bean there now. And it'll come in handy, but this isn't actually the only one. This isn't actually the only soft soil found in the Lost Woods. There's another one near the entrance. It's not exactly at the entrance, you just make a left and then make another left, and it'll bring you right to it. But yeah, this is a dog that we're talking about, a dog that holds way too much sway over political affairs. He votes in rather annoying ways. He tends to make some fairly uncertain decisions that, regardless of your preference for green, he is still practically very annoying or something. But yeah, most dogs are good, and I think that dogs should be allowed to vote. You could call it roughridge, or something like that. I don't know. But there's one more thing I wanted to do here in the Lost Woods. It's over here. You just defeat this Deku, and he'll sell you, well, he'll let you pick up more Deku sticks at the cost of 40 rupees, which I cannot believe I missed this, but somehow I did. I mean, no more. Better late than never, I guess. But anyway, I think that's all for this spot. Now on to the next. And we're at the next one. This is actually in the Kakariko Forest, not too far from where we were. And there's soft soil right here next to the shop. What you want to do is the same as before. Just let him enter that hole. Fetch out a Gold Skulltula, and we get yet another one. which will contribute to rewards that we will not be seeing for a while. Oh boy, this episode's gonna be fantastic to edit, I can already tell you. But that's all for this spot. Now for the next one, in Kakariko Graveyard. And for this one, you do the exact same thing. I don't know what you were expecting from this. Seriously, folks, you can't seem to decide on some very basic things like whether the color green is an awesome color or the greatest color. You know, it's always torn between them two camps that can't seem to decide on anything, including how much political sway a squid should have. And there's actually another thing that I wanted to do here in Kakariko Graveyard. There's actually a Gold Skulltula on the wall. One that we can actually get now that we have the boomerang. And with that out of the way, now I can focus on more pressing issues. Issues that truly matter, like whether people prefer the letter L to the letter P or something like that, I don't know. Or whether or not cats have too much political power, you know, you just can't trust them cats. I don't know, I trust my cats, but anyway, on to the next spot, I say. And we're at the next spot. This is inside Death Mountain, where we'll find the next soft soil thing, the thingamabobber. Anyway, you just bomb that wall right there, and nothing's in it. Fantastic waste of time, I say. But enough with that. I don't know. I guess I'll just do something, and I'm gonna run out of time and lose all my life, and I ain't got a fairy, so oh no, I'll just meet you somewhere else instead. And we're at the next spot as well. This spot is actually the one that we saw before, like when we entered the Dongo Cavern. But yeah, you want to plant a bean here, and well, I'll show off where all the beans go in the next episode. Also, why did I release a bug there? Because it's like, that bug does not represent me! It does not represent my ideals! Also, I already got the Skulltula from that, so I'm foolish. And that's it for all of the soil spots. But not all for the Gold Skulltulas. There's actually one on the side of this house right here. Just use the boomerang to get it, and done. That's all of the Skulltulas for this video, but there is one more thing that I want to do before we leave, and no, it's not to point out how the cat system is usurping power from the water dragons that don't really exist. But anyway, what I was gonna do is to actually teach one of them the Scarecrow song. And well, for this, I screwed up a bunch off screen, and I edited that out, fortunately for you. But you want to just do that and teach these guys the song? And well, that will come in handy because, like, they'll show up in, like, some spot or something. This is actually the Oath to Order from Majora's Mask, and I do that so that I can remember it easier or something like that. It's just real handy, folks! But anyway, I think that's all for this episode, folks. This is the Mississippi King signing out, and in the next episode we'll probably, like, explore these bean patches as an adult and solve the cure to an infamous disease that plagues Let's Plays, intronitis or something, I don't know. See y'all next time.